Gather, veterans. It's time to join the fight. The long war begins.
This is The Long War. I'm Rob Baer, and joining me once again are my partners in crime, Kenny Boucher and Wyatt Turk. What's up, guys?
Yo, Doc, great to be here.
What's up?
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
I feel like I haven't seen you in like a year.
It's been like 3 weeks.
But we laughed something, I think. Yeah.
I mean, there's a joke in there. I haven't seen you since last year.
To see your lizard Ken, like time passes differently there. So I know it's weird, but yeah.
Time dilation back at the hive or the cave.
I feel like time just passes differently for me in general.
That might be true.
Yeah. So we took a lot of days off.
I think everybody did.
Yeah. Almost forgot we had a podcast.
So what's that thing we've been doing for 5-6 years? Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, Thursday, I have Thursday off. And then I was like, wait.
But now I don't.
But I guess there's lots of cool things to talk about in the pre-game show. Anybody tuning in who follows along on Patreon, we have a before the after hours recording that occurred. Then we actually have the actual after hours show that just occurred. It got pretty hot. We were talking about Tau. I think we did some forensics investigation on some new GW releases. I think if you go back far enough, there's poop humor somewhere in there.
I don't know. I think that was before the after hours.
You gotta go all the way back to that.
Yeah, that's where it was.
That's where it was.
Pretty sure that was there. I was there for a minute. I had to go do poopy stuff.
I think everyone knows it's 3D printing is what you do now when you leave.
But I come back all winded.
Rob, are you like the Tiger King of 3D printing? Is that an accurate statement?
Sure.
I really hope he is.
I don't know in what
do you run like 6 printers at once and they fail and you're like, I'm never going to financially recover from this?
That would be bad. They're all insured, so hopefully we don't have any issues.
So no, you're not the Tiger King because you understand insurance and stuff.
I do.
Do you pay your employees in like old meat from a Walmart truck that's semi-expired?
I believe the correct answer here is living wages.
Do your employees live in your yard in like broken down RVs and consume rotten chicken?
No, we don't have any of that. No, they actually tell me. It's funny, when I was hiring one, he was like, yeah, I want this much. And I just kind of like looked at the number and I was just like through the paper and I was like, I'm going to pay you more than that, bro. This is ridiculous. Like, that's true.
Yeah. And I'll throw in the chicken, dog. Don't worry.
But nah, you gotta, I mean, in this day and age, you gotta pay people living wage. Like, it's just the way it is.
I mean, unless you let them crash in a tent in your front yard and just give them chicken.
You joke, but there is somebody in this vicinity of hilly neighborhoods that legit has a teepee in their backyard and there's a car parked in front of it. It's like this weird, like in between two lots sort of deal. So like,
that's pretty hype. I live there.
I mean, teepees were legit. Like the Native Americans knew what was up.
Maybe he's just like going on a spirit journey, dude. Don't harsh.
Yeah, maybe that's one of those like sweat lodges. Maybe he's getting down in there.
I don't know, but there's a car parked in front of it, so I'm pretty sure there's a person in it. I think
person who drives automobiles, at least.
At least, yeah.
That's right, Disflex. Rob is so scandalous. He won't even let his employees live in the park. Like, he won't even just let them live in a fucking tent, like if they wanted to.
No, man. I think you gotta go home.
They're gonna go buy a house or some shit.
Not in this day and age. That shit's expensive.
Just let them. Can I move into your house?
Yeah, I got a couple rooms I don't use.
Oh, so I can use them, but your employees can't.
The cat room. Yeah, but that's different. They're for the cats, but I mean, if you want one, I guess.
I guess I'm a cat. Like a cat is a Rob's cat. Actually, honored. Thank you. Well,
I cleaned one up recently, even.
I don't think we hit our goal of 100 followers or subscribers on Patreon or patrons.
It turns out when you take 3 weeks off, people might not care.
So we're back on the grind to getting new patrons so that we can do our t-shirt promotion for 2022. Today, I think we decided we're going to cover the news and then segue into a 2022 wish list, because we only get one chance to do that, which is the first show of the new year.
It's true.
So a lot of cool things are about to happen LVO this month, but first, would you rather of the year with
Wyatt. I've got a good one.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna hate it.
I got a good one. You're gonna hate
well, let's roll out to Wyatt's Cave of Wonders and touch nothing but the lamp.
Would you rather never be able to pronounce the letter E or the letter I?
I feel like don't Asian people have a problem with the E? Isn't that what it, or is it R? I forget.
I mean, why is somebody else's ethnicity or culture relevant to your?
Well, because I'm trying to remember.
Oh, you're trying not to accidentally sound racist.
Like
that's actually pretty good. I don't want to accidentally sound like I'm mocking someone's culture.
Right. Like I don't want to be like, what did you say to me? I'm like, Are
you mocking me, sir? No, I don't think. I don't think that's the case. So E or I, what are some of my favorite words? I like talking about dick a lot, so I wouldn't be able to say that. Would I just say like deek?
No, like you physically can't pronounce it.
What's that?
So any word that contains an I.
Oh, I can't even say the word.
Yeah.
It's removed from my lexicon.
Yes. So you couldn't even say lexicon in either scenario.
Oh my God.
I say either. For 2 reasons.
This is a pickle. This is a pickle.
You can say pickle
Couldn't
either.
even say, you couldn't even say pickle.
I mean, I have to use. Can I use sign language to bypass it?
You could be like a story with the duck. The kid like write on his chalkboard and like tell people what he was thinking. Can you write it out?
Yes.
I can still write.
Yes.
And can I use sign language to supplement, like American Sign Language to supplement my speech? Can I make up my own sign language? Like if I said, I'd like some pickles, and I was like, I like some pickles.
Keep doing that. That
Sure,
one's good.
I mean, if you want to try that, like
if I make my own sign language up.
if that's a landmine you want to step on, go ahead.
But I can't say the word if it contains an E in it, even if it's silent.
Yes.
What are some of my favorite words? Well, Bonet's name has an E in it.
So does yours.
Oh, fuck my name. I don't say my own name.
Couldn't even say next level painting.
That's fine. NLP.
I think I'm gonna.
No, see, people in chat can understand. It's like I can't say Kenny. Like it's removed from my language.
Yeah. You can't say NLP because there's the vowel sound.
Because then it would be phonetically spelled.
You have to say NLP.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I couldn't say the acronym because I would be bypassing the rules.
Well, you also have to say like P because you couldn't say P.
But like magically, I would get to saying the word pickle, and I would just be like, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Like that, like, yeah, the big one.
You know, like put your lamb on.
I've seen a lot of pickles.
Sandwiches. I can't say sandwiches.
You can say sandwich.
Not if I choose.
If you choose, if you can't say E, you can say sandwich. Just like your language would change. You can't say like, oh, look at the cat over there. You'd be like, look, that which is there, or that which is a cat.
Oh, you turn into Yoda or Shakespeare.
Yeah. Your language becomes very formal. If you can't say
that's a great idea. I could just learn a different language that uses a different language.
Yeah.
But then I have to learn another language. That's impossible. The genie would be like, sure. I think I would choose to remove I from my language.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, I want to say I, but I feel like I secretly need my I's more than I need my E's.
I mean, some of my favorite words: poop, untouched.
Yeah,
untouched. Dick. I can still say dick if I get rid of E's. But if I keep,
if you're gonna base your decision,
but I'm gonna get rid of I's because I need to still be able to say E's, because I can't just like have like Bonet and not be able to say my lady's name. Like that, like if she came to me and she found out I chose to like that I was a choice and this affliction occurred, like where I could physically no longer say words. She's like, "But you had a choice."
Like, it's okay. I can still say dick.
Yeah, I can still say
but
dick.
Hey, I got this.
She'd be like, and her other name is Vanessa. So like I couldn't even say like her middle name. So like I don't get to say Dick anymore.
You just have to go around super formal, call her Miss Bartrone.
So she would hate that.
She might like that. Puts you in a subservient role.
Well, eventually she's gonna find out I chose to lose the E on purpose. And it's always gonna come back to that choice.
Then you're in trouble.
She's gonna know, but that I can the first time I say Dick, she's be like, "You chose to say Dick instead of my name."
That's true.
So, and again in chat, LT, I don't get the game, and I can't say like her name has an E in it. I can't say it. Magic. I get to that name, can't come out of my mouth.
I feel like you're getting in trouble for that. So,
and anything I do to try to game it, the genie will banish me to the Shadow Realm and put spiders in my butthole. Like that's how this works.
This genie's mean.
Yeah. He is. So that's my final answer.
I think I'm going to go with the E's. We'll not say the E's.
Hoofed it. Of course I can't call her Babe. Babe has an E in it.
Jeez, dude.
Turbid cheese. What kind of spiders are we talking about, though? I think actually it's random.
Yeah. Random spiders?
It's an assortment of spiders. So that way you can't get used to it.
Oh, wow. Bag of spiders.
Until I learned my lesson, like spiders and buttholes.
Yeah. For any new listeners, just understand, if you try to game the genie, you get sent to the Shadow Realm, which is its own...
It's something with spiders is going to be, you got to eat spiders, poop spiders, have spiders put in your butthole. Like a lot of spider stuff happens in the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
It's gross.
It sounds terrible.
Yeah. Like a spider the size of a small cat that you have to eat in one bite or you don't get to leave the Shadow Realm. Like all sorts of fucked up shit happens there. Like he might just snap his fingers and he's like, if you eat these 3 tarantulas in the next 6 seconds, I'll let you out. Like,
it would take me 6 seconds just to think about that.
Yeah.
Just to process that through my brain.
Yep.
I feel like, ugh.
See, Hoofton's like, what if you said babe in another language? You're skirting the Shadow Realm, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, translations count because all translations can be put into the English language, or at least like the English alphabet. So even if you were speaking like Cyrillic or Kanji, it would still be translated.
See, and Big Poppy says, what about pet names? No, you're right. If I have an established pet name for her, I'm certain, based on my experience working with this djinn, that he'd allow it. Like, if I called Bonet Bo, if that was a name I utilized for her, like, already establishing my canon of my life, he would certainly let it ride. And I would find out as soon as I tested it. Right? I'm like, Oh, comes out. I was like, oh, cool. Saw the one genie. But I still had E stricken from my lexicon. And it's only a matter of time before Bonet is like, you haven't called me Bonet in like 4 years. I wonder why. And then she does some, and then she starts some thinking about it. Comes back to this podcast episode. And then I'm dead.
And then I'm dead for 2 reasons.
But I don't call her Bo. That's not a thing that's been established. So if I started trying to game it, Shadow Realm.
Yup.
So yeah, I don't get to say dick anymore, guys. That's my life now.
I feel like that's acceptable. I don't feel like this is a bad thing. Well,
I can say Wang. That's
you
right.
could say Wang.
Chan Popo.
You could say phallus.
Can I? Is there an E in it or an I?
No, PHALUS.
First thing I need to do, learn how to spell.
Yeah, get a thesaurus.
Can I say thesaurus? Isn't it?
No. Oh wait, you chose I.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can say thesaurus.
Got him.
Can I get one of those wordy things, spelly things?
The
You
word
can't say
books.
encyclopedia, but you can say thesaurus.
I don't even know what an encyclopedia is, so that doesn't matter.
They still make those?
Yes.
I'm certain a thesaurus is the dictionary of dinosaurs.
No.
Yeah, 100%. He nailed it.
It's more like a dictionary of synonyms.
Cinnamon
That's-
and spice.
No.
Yeah, I was like,
It's a
that
cookbook.
doesn't sound right.
Words that are associated through similar meaning.
Oh, okay. Like Wang and penis.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm on. You should have just said that. If I want to learn all the different ways to say dick without using an I get a thesaurus.
Yeah.
Well, I've got some Tabletop Market Watch if you want to hear that. You can have all your letters back. No E's or I's excluded from this one, boys. Especially because we got to talk about custodies. D's. Yep, there's an E in there. We got to talk about them. Faux show. So Games Workshop's putting them on pre-order going up this Saturday. Now, remember, pre-orders on GW's site here in the States, usually around 1 p.m. Eastern. I've been getting a lot of questions about, hey, when's the time when they're going up? So generally 1 p.m. Eastern, and then you can convert it to your local time. It's probably pretty close to that, give or take. So the two new books, Custodies and Gene Stealer Cults, are going to be $50 each. They're going to have the dice sets for $35 and the data cards for $25. So those are the big releases. And then in stores this weekend was actually the Orc Combat Patrol box sets individually. So you've got the Death Copters, I think, were 60. The Boys, the Squad of 10 were 45, and the Mega Knob was 35, which is kind of a chunkier boy, and he's got the little deuter on the back. $35. It's kind of good value in GW money, I suppose. Not too mad with that at all. So that's pretty cool to see. So that's all the GW stuff that's coming out. Oh, and you can get the AOS guy. What's his Bork and Mork? But you got to get that in stores for the exclusive. I think it might be on made to order as well. But it's only up there for 1 week right now. So you might be able to find it in stores and then 1 week only. So there's that. Always lots of new ministries coming out. We talked in the pregame about the Warhammer Plus ones that they previewed. Kenny thinks it's an Inquisitor. Maybe Ordo Malleus. Hard to say.
Yep. Ordo
Chaos.
Malice.
Chaos Sorcerer or a Bone Boy for the other one, I suppose. So that would be pretty neat to see. The Warhammer Plus 1 year, I guess everybody's subscriptions will be up in August. So I'm not sure if they're going to take new subs soon, but it seems like it hasn't been very long. So I don't know why I guess they're showing the previews for the stuff coming this year. And then these are going to be the new models maybe our sign up pre-order. They didn't really say. They're just like, you'll see more. I'm like, okay. But I would assume they're going to come out in August. So if you're excited for the potential, what they might be, probably going to be a summer thing, give or take. Now, next week on the 11th, there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of Kickstarters actually happening, going on the first day of their campaign. Rampart is one of them. They are going to offer their third Kickstarter. That's going to have the walls and floors sets. They also have some like ladders, some bridges, and some steps. So if you really want to crack out and make some cool looking Necromunda stuff, you're going to be able to do it at a pretty reasonable price. I got a set of their terrain early, played around with a lot. It's just like Legos. Like you put the little pegs in there and you can like pop them together and tear them apart, put them back together. You can put magnets in there. These were prototypes, so the magnets the tolerances weren't the way they should have been, but that's okay because they know about it. There'll be these little trim pieces too that kind of fit in between the gaps. But overall, I think it's going to be pretty dope because this was really the only thing that was missing from the Rampart terrain, in my opinion. So I'm really stoked to see what they do with this. And there's also going to be some all of the stuff that came out in resin in the first Rampart Kickstarter. They're going to have it in plastic injection versions now. So they're definitely taking the stuff they did. They're making it better value, better offering. So definitely like to see that from any brand out there that can develop things and keep tweaking them and keep putting them out with better value is always a plus in my book, I suppose. Also on the 11th is the Adepticon events. The cart system will go live. I think it's 6 Central Time, might be 7. I forget exactly, but definitely after work for most people on the 11th, which is Tuesday of next week. So look for that. Also, Games Workshop's financial report is slated to come out on the 11th. I say slated because one year when it wasn't that great, they snuck it out the door on a Friday before the 11th, before the Tuesday it was supposed to come out. So I guess we'll find out if it comes out on the 11th. It's probably good. If it comes out on Friday, they're probably not so confident in it and they're trying to sneak it out the door before the weekend. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting either way to see what all the breakdowns are on the monies as far as that goes. But definitely look for some breakdown on that. And, as far as we can go on that one, I'm sure a lot of people are going to have a lot of things to say about it. But it's going to be pretty neat just to see what the numbers are. On the Marvel Crisis Protocol side of things, they've still got releases coming out. They showcased X-23 and Honey Badger. You can find the Team Tactics cards out there if you look. I think we posted them in our post today, or was it yesterday? I forget. But either way, we've got them up. They seem pretty interesting. And then they just teased Nick Fury and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And if you're a fan of the Tactical Rock, well, they've got Tactical Rope. Because why not? Pretty sweet looking. The one thing I found curious about that expansion was that it comes with 10 Team Tactics cards, which is kind of a lot. The most I've ever seen come out in one set was 4, I want to say, which I think Gambit and Rogue have 4.
That's a lot. 10 new cards?
10 new cards.
Wow.
I was like, I don't know if they're going to be Shield specific or unaffiliated, but this is going to be interesting preview wise. They'll be able to get a few posts out of that one for sure. And then they also previewed the Quinjet piece of terrain, and it looks just like if you saw the X-Men video from the mini extravaganza. It looks, I think it's the same, but supposedly it's size X. It can't be destroyed or thrown, but it doesn't have any other purpose in game. It looks like it doesn't have a character card or anything like that, unfortunately. Still looks pretty neat though. I think its retail was $65. Should be up for pre-order very shortly. So that's all the big stuff that's on the table. And unfortunately, we got word this morning that Arthur Seck, the founder and owner of Cromlech Miniatures, passed away on Tuesday. Very sad news. So definitely wish them all the best. And, it's sad to see somebody that's hobbies that their designs and their business was really inspiring for a lot of people. I feel like, because between Cromlech and Maximini, I think they were the very first folks that started, at least on a mass production wise, where you could find them in a lot of different stores, and then a solicitation from distributors, you could actually get their products worldwide, and that all started about 10, 15 years ago ish. And that really led to a lot more things. And we, as hobbyists, have a lot of variety and a lot of choice in, resin cast conversion kits, and also, bespoke, alternate miniatures out there. So, whereas some of these other companies are only, 5, 6 years old, Cromlech, unfortunately, Maximini doesn't, I think they were bought out by somebody at this point, but, haven't seen any new designs for them in a while. But Cromlech's really the one that kind of kickstarted it all on a larger scale. So, and they're still going strong.
Yeah,
and
Cromlech is the OG.
Yeah. Well, you used their with their rot duder, right?
Oh, that was way. I mean, that's like a decade ago, man. Right?
Yeah, it was a while.
God, what the fuck was that guy's name?
Gosh,
it's like a totally badass fucking rotten butcher.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Is that it?
Yeah,
big ass, so. Just thick boy demon with that cleaver and he had that grin. That was like one of my most like when I was doing those demons back in those days. That was one of my most like finding that model line. You felt like you got away with something.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, "Where did you get that from? How much was that?" That was like always the comment.
What's crazy too is that when I got it from, this is how tight Cromlech was. I forgot, man. Like you just gave me a flashback, dude. That model was so sick. I put my heart and soul into painting it, but there was like a resin cured, like it had a problem with his resin cure. Remember?
Yep.
And so there's like spot, like on maybe on his arm or something. I can't remember where. There was a spot where like after I painted it and sealed them, it started getting like moist and like wet, and then like I'd like dab it off. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I repaint it and seal it again, and it would happen again. And then like you told me that it was, or maybe Haspel, that the somewhere inside the resin isn't cured, is forcing the moisture out. And I was like, fuck, that's disappointing. And I called them and I told them like, hey man, I just put my heart and soul in this model. Take a look at these pictures. And they're like, damn, that looks sick. I was like, fuck man, I don't know what to do. And they're like, we'll send you a new one. Don't worry. Like, and then they told me on the phone, they're like, and you might be able to save this one. Maybe if you core out that spot with like a drill, you can find the spot where it's uncured and you just kind of core into it and then just kind of let it drain out. And you might be able to just like seal it with like a hole with green stuff real quick and maybe patch that. But we'll send you a replacement anyway. And I did exactly what they told me on the phone. And I cored that junk out. And sure enough, like Boucher started leaking out of that hole until it stopped. Then I just kind of dried it up, shoved the paper towel inside that hole, put a little layer of green stuff right over that hole, blended it in, just painted that green stuff spot, perfect batch. Yeah. That was the guy that I had in my army.
Yeah, he was pretty iconic.
The Rotten Butcher, man. That was old school. Mm-hmm. Fuck, dude. That was...
Yeah, they're old G. I spoke to him this morning, and they're just, everything's still... They're still in business. They're still working. Some people are going to get moved around and, working on being in charge of different things. But, they're a semi-large company as far as like gaming goes, or tabletop wargaming goes. And, I definitely wish them the best. So it's very sad news, always hate to hear stuff like that. But it's good to see that they're still going to be out there inspiring people with those same designs from all those years ago. So that's the big stuff I got. Obviously we're coming out of holiday break, and it's going to take a minute for everybody to get up and going, but definitely 2022's, I mean, there's already so much to talk about, so much on the radar for, I think, a lot of people. It's really exciting already.
Yeah. I mean, it can only go uphill from here.
Exactly. Trust me.
So yeah. Well, let's get some MIDI promos out of the way then. Let's Long War doubles this month.
And next month. Yep.
So it's LVO is finally happening. We're in LVO month, guys. And it's slated to be the biggest singles event in the history of mankind. just like it was last time and the time before that. So it continuously shows the popularity and desire that hobbyists have toward organized play.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like the more you organize it, the more we want to play it, right?
I mean, they moved 1,200 tickets just for the 40K champs.
That's insane. I didn't realize it was
Just
that
for
many.
40K champs, they moved.
Remember when it was like 300 and that was the biggest
Yeah.
in the world? Then it went to 600 and that was the biggest in
And
the
then
world?
on top of that, they have Age of Sigmar, where they moved 800 tickets. And they have all the side events that are all triple-digit signups.
I think they have 200 for Marvel Crisis Protocol as well.
Yeah.
So is that the biggest Marvel tournament in the history of mankind too?
Yes.
Easily. I mean, there isn't any official Marvel Crisis like series or anything, and there hasn't been any. I mean,
I saw their trophies too. So FLG like printed out these custom trophies. That's like a statue of Captain America standing over the "Welcome to Las Vegas" sign. It looks so cool.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty fucking hype. Someone in chat asked to Hootie's like, what's the tournament rankings for the biggest tournaments? LVO is number one. Well, as far as tournaments go, it is the smashing biggest one, right? Huge. And it is quickly becoming the largest miniatures-based convention, too. Now, we'll have to see what Adepticon's numbers look like this year, but Adepticon has typically been the number one.
Adepticon's a convention.
Yeah. But LVO has been moving toward convention, like historically moving toward that instead of like a baller series of tournaments. They've got these painting classes, they've got all these conventions, they got their vending hall, and they're continuously growing that. And I think that this is a huge event, right? But also there's some COVID stuff happening, like their vending hall is not going to be as hype as it has been in previous years, even though they're expanding their vending hall. So this is kind of a shit year for that true experience I think that they've been moving toward. But with numbers like 1,200 for this tournament, 800 for that, 200 for that, we're going to see what actual attendance was. Because, like I said, historically, Adepticon has more attendance because it's a broader convention. We'll see. We'll see what the new number one is after Adepticon this year.
Yeah.
But no tournament has ever had 1,200 people playing 40K at once. Period.
That's true. Yeah.
That's so much bigger than the runner-up. It's ludicrous. You know what I mean? Which the runner-up was LVO the last time we had LVO. You know what I mean? So the only tournament that competes with it is the Adepticon 4-man team.
That one's pretty big.
But that's kind of a gimmick because you get 2 tables with 8 people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a gimmick though. And then ATCs is pretty big. But again, you run into with teams. There's 300, 400 people, sometimes, 280.
Yeah.
I think Adepticon teams sometimes has 500 people.
Yep.
So that's their crowning jewel event. Destroyed by the 1,200 tickets move for this singles event.
Yeah, for singles, yeah. And I think we have.
There's more people playing AOS singles.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I mean, shit, that's the big. That if it was 800, that's the biggest 40K tournament. But that's AOS numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It shows you, no matter where you're at, the second you decided you wanted to play this game in a more than, in your living room with your brother capacity, the more organized it is, with the more clarity and the more transparency, the more you want it. That's just the path. LVO is happening on the 28th of this month at the Rio. The Long War Doubles will be there. It's the first Long War Doubles of 2022 and not the last Long War Doubles of 2022. So even our Long War Doubles event's going to have over 200 people playing.
We have one in each month in the next 3 months. That's crazy.
It's crazy. Hoofed asks, is ATC in the top 5? No, because ATC is a dedicated beatdown fest. That's the American Team Championships.
Yeah, it's a team tournament that is super sweaty.
Yeah, and it's big, and there's a lot of people playing, but that's almost the only people there are the people who are playing.
Yeah, it's not a convention.
Whereas even at LVO, which has traditionally not been a convention but moved into a convention lifestyle, has painting classes and fucking vending halls and all this other shit going on. Titanicus and shit. Who knows? I don't probably not Titanicus. Sorry, Rob.
Yeah. And as time moves forward, every subsequent big 3-day FLG event is going to become more and more of a trade show convention on top of.
And they're going to add days.
Yeah.
Adepticon, we start playing on Thursday.
Yeah.
Like, and think about LVO, we start playing on Friday. So it's only a matter of time before we start playing on Thursday at LVO. They start claiming the week, you know?
Well, shit. At Adepticon, I basically am gone a week.
Yeah.
Between travel time and getting there and getting set up. And
so it's just exciting that this is all coming back, you know, like this is happening, right? Like people are moving on, people are getting their booster shots, people are like, you know, following the rules and like, and now we're allowed to do trade shows and shit like that. So remember last year, a lot of people thought we were going to have an LVO and Adepticon last year. And they tried, they scheduled for one. Knowing it might not happen. Well, this is the fucking year, 2022. So if you can make it, you should. If that's in the cards for you, it's going to be fucking hype. And we're moving into our segment. So, like, obviously, there's a lot going on. We mentioned at the top of the show, we have a Patreon page. We're trying to hit 100 patrons so we can lock out these t-shirts for you guys. But besides that, you know, we've got Wyatt. He does a painting show if you're new here on Twitch. We have a Long War stream team. We got like people like Impending Duff on there, who you may see him on there fucking cranking it out. Just there's other people. We have a link for that. So we're going to be crushing it out, not only in like going to tournaments all year, but also painting our fucking models. So we have a whole year of new content ahead of us, a whole year of brand new ways to approach painting, whether it's like trying to like paint a bust or trying to get, you know, all your custodies done for the tournament this weekend. We're going to hit it all.
Paint a lot of custodies here soon.
We're going to be hitting it all. Rob, of course, he's dedicated to the news. He's dedicated to unboxing videos, review videos. You go, you check that out on Spiky Bits. You see it all. So you really start to see.
There's some speed paint tutorials coming out.
Oh, man. Ooh.
See? So we have a lot. And, of course, the legendary Mike Haspel, the author of Graveyard Shift and now Black Library published author, had his new book under the Horus Heresy label drop.
Ooh. It was good, too. Ooh. It was good.
It was only like $5.
Yeah, dude.
Basically free in GW money.
So now you can go support your boy Mike Haspel, who is on his self-imposed media blackout right now as he's pursuing his writing career. And
we are also, like, by extension, under some NDAs, but there's some good shit coming. Mm-hmm. Look forward to it.
So it's been an exciting 6 fucking days. And right now, without jinxing it, this is better than 2021. Because if you guys remember what happened in the first 6 days of last year.
Specifically a year ago today. Yikes.
So
I don't subscribe to this whole like this year is going to be worse than last year. That's defeatist. This year's going to be the worst year ever.
All we had to do was go 7 days without incident. And it's
put up the sign.
No. Just like think of it this way, right?
Yeah.
Like so many things happen throughout a year that in no way affect you. Maybe they affect you emotionally, right? Like maybe current events affect you emotionally, but they in no way affect you. So as long as you personally strive to make this year better than last year for you and yours, then it'll be a better year than last year.
Especially if everybody subscribes to that methodology.
Yeah. Not bad at all.
Just do what you got to do to make your life better, man.
I mean, like, you know, like the Boy Scout motto, it's like do a good turn daily. It's like, I'm like, this is dope if everyone's doing it. Okay, there's like a slogan and a motto. I don't know which one is which. But I'm like, when I was a Boy Scout, they were like, do a good turn daily. I was like, I don't know about this, dog. And they're like, why? And I was like, well, I feel like I'm going to be the only one doing a fucking good turn. Like, if everyone's on this hype train, then the world's a better place. But if it's just my ass walking around doing things for strangers, I don't fucking know about this, dude. So let's just all move forward, persevere, dedicate yourself to being better than last year in some capacity. Maybe pay more models this year. Do one more trade, maybe one tournament. You said you were going to do a tournament last year and you didn't do one this year.
Yeah.
You know? That's
a good idea.
Like, maybe you didn't paint your first model. Like, I had somebody on stream the other day is like, you know, I didn't paint a model last year. And it was like the third day of the new year. And they're like, I painted 2 models already. So.
That's good.
That's fucking hype.
Yeah. Got a hobby. Got to get your hobby on.
It confirmed. Good old Goat Boy 76. Can't forget about good old Goat Boy. He says, "Do a good turn daily" is the slogan.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Thank you. So let's move on to something we only get to do once a year. The first stream of the new year. 2022 wish list. Kick it over to Wyatt. He's excited for this segment.
Angels say,
Got some spicy wish listing.
down from the heavens.
Well, considering that I got my main man, Karn the Betrayer, tattooed on my arm, I'm gonna wish list a World Eaters Codex with a slew of new models. So that's my wish list.
Like,
if that happens, I'll
as
be happy.
completely fleshed out as like the Death Guard Codex with like unique model choices and stuff.
Well, no. I'm gonna be a realist about it. I'm gonna say, like, even if it's to the point of like a chapter supplement to the Chaos Space Marines Codex, but we get like new Khorne Berserkers, new Khorne Terminators, maybe a couple of other bespoke units, I'll be very happy. If it doesn't suck. I mean, if they give us a World Eaters Codex and they make it garbage, then like.
So your wish list is you get World Eater rules in some capacity. You'll take supplement. You'll take fucking full Codex as long as they don't suck.
Yeah. If
and maybe one new, like a couple new models.
Somebody else, I'm gonna riot in the streets. But
advance in charge.
I mean, like, so
is that high on your list for wish list?
Yeah. Like the core of the World Eaters is the Khorne Berserkers.
That's right? Not unreasonable.
Troop choices, right? I would like to see new Khorne Berserkers, a new elite choice based around Khorne Berserkers, right? And I would like our bespoke rules to be abilities to move across the field to get into the melee phase, because right now they don't have any of that. They can't advance and charge. I mean, you could put them in like a Rhino, but with the way that vehicles work right now, you can't like push a Rhino up into somebody's face, get out and assault the way you used to be able to. So I mean, I don't know, like something that allows them to do what they're good at doing without
give them some movement. Ability, like some ability to actually close the distance. Yeah, I mean, that's perfectly reasonable, and I think a lot of people would agree with you.
Like, I don't want Angron. I just want.
You're like, I'm simple. The things I need are simple, dog. Advance and charge. One new data sheet in the elite category.
Yeah.
Make Khorne Berserkers great again.
Yes.
Well, I think that's one of the things is, they just have. Everything has such a hard time getting to grips. So, like, if they give them just a little bit extra, just to make, I think it might work.
Khorne Berserker, 7-inch movement characteristic, advanced charge. That was what I would bestow upon you.
Yeah.
That's just innate to their data sheet.
Yeah.
They're like, how possessed Marines move.
I don't think they need to fight twice. They have so many attacks. The chain axes are -1 AP. That's fine.
Everyone's bogged down with this fight twice thing.
No, I don't give a fuck about fight twice.
I'm gonna make them hit on twos, though. I'll make them hit on twos for you.
Yeah, do that. I can still play Veterans in the Long War, +1 to wound. That's fine.
Like, they're a dedicated melee unit, dog. Like, I'm like, they're gonna hit on twos, movement characters 7, advanced charge, right? They're gonna have, the standard amount of attacks you would expect from that data sheet. And if you want, I run 2 Khorne chain axes. I'll give you fucking D3 extra attacks or something crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's a
solid.
I like that. I think a lot of people would be agreeing with you on that.
Yeah. I'd like to see Battlefleet Gothic. I think that'd be fun.
Battlefleet Gothic is your wish list. Interesting. Like a new game.
I'm not even gonna poo-poo on it, because like if they gave us my caveat for Battlefleet Gothic, I would like it to be slightly larger scale, kind of like Armada.
Well, they'll definitely make it a slightly bigger scale.
Because give us cool.
Because you don't want you to use all
ships.
models.
Yeah, give us plastic ships that are a slightly larger scale, kind of like Armada. Give us, that's all I want. Because like I think painting like a Space Marine battle cruiser that's 5-6 inches long would be fucking cool. Be fun.
I would, I'd love to see
that's kind of a simple ask, though. So you want Battlefleet Gothic.
Yeah.
Sick new minis. all the factions you're used to. Any balance mechanic that you'd like to see? Like, I mean,
I think people always were like, "Yo, why don't we have a 3D component to this?" Because
yeah, we play it's a naval game with a space backdrop
in space. Yeah. But I feel like Star Wars Armada was fun and engaging, and it didn't have that. So I'm good with it just being something similar to how it was. Brace for impact and all ahead full and all that.
Snappy. You got to make it snappy.
Yeah, you got to make it snappy, and I think they can do it. I think. Judging
Would you
by
like to see them borrow some of these concepts from like things like Armada or
I'd be surprised they didn't. But to be quite honest, Battlefield Gothic was a solid rule set.
It was.
Like,
it's a good idea.
It was a sick fucking. It was tournament ready out the box.
They made 2 games, like video games, off of it that were very successful. Like it's a solid IP. Well, yeah. They should leverage. Yeah.
I think ultimately what killed Battlefield Gothic, what killed a lot of the specialist games was when they eradicated a lot of the staff in like 06, 07. But a lack of new releases definitely hurt too, which, sometimes we complain like, hey, there's too many releases, and there's still stuff coming out for Titanicus and even AI. But once they stop with the releases, the game kind of dies. So it's probably good to have releases. That's my 2 cents.
Well, that's interesting because both of your guys' wish lists to me seem so reasonable and so realistic. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm too cynical.
Khorne Berserkers are a favored. Like,
I think they're happening. Like, for sure.
I mean, I think it is happening, and you're asking for a very reasonable thing, and it's a very realistic, and it's very possible. And GW should take note of that. And I think what Rob is asking for is the same thing. And there's people in chat right now like, yo, Battlefield Gothic all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, I don't even know where to go with a wish list. Cause like, I want like Chaos Knights to be good again. But like, ultimately I know they're going to be good again at some point. Like, so it's like,
I mean, one of the previews is 100% a Chaos Knight kit.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I could wish list for something I know is already going to happen. I want a new Chaos Codex, which is going to happen. So I'm getting a lot of my wish listing. It's already happening. It's like, I don't even know what I want from Games Workshop specifically if I was going that route. Like maybe I have to expand outside of Games Workshop for a hobby game wish list. Like, what do I need? I want to play tournaments more. I want to play Chaos more. I want GW teleport technology. There we go. Teleport gates. I'd like to just be able to walk through a teleport arch in my bedroom.
Oh, you wouldn't have to fly on planes?
30-minute cooldown.
Yeah, but then you get into the whole existential crisis of if this machine is breaking me down to my constituent parts and then reassembling it, is it actually me that comes out on the other side, or do I die?
And what happens
in a perfect copy
every time I do it?
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a shadow realm where they're all getting spiders put in their buttholes?
Yeah, that's what happens when you get like a Xerox
100%.
error.
Okay.
100%.
Well, then I'll make it easy. I also want Battlefield Gothic. Clicks.
You always copy me, Kenny.
I want GW to finally jump into clicks. Collectible clicks.
And I could do that.
Perfect game to do it with.
They could license somebody to do
Pre-painted Battlefield Gothic clicks. Not compete with any Space Marine on a fucking shelf. There's no fucking barges on shelves. Collectible, sick-ass models from the Horus Heresy books that you're like limited LEs and shit. I would drop all other hobby things for that game. But I feel like it's unrealistic, and so my hobby wish list is dumb.
Oh, we didn't even think about video games. Like, getting Space Marine 2. That's another good one. So I can't even say, like, a AAA Space Marine.
Everything I'm getting, everything I would want is happening. It's crazy.
If we're going to go wild.
Here we go. Give me an ARPG.
Ooh.
Isometric ARPG loot style game.
That'd be cool.
Interesting.
Skill trees, D&D style vibe, very Diablo-esque. Obviously, Diablo is like kind of like.
Obviously.
Give me that for overlay the Warhammer universe in some capacity. I don't even need to take fucking 40K shit. I'd take Hive like the Hive City shit. I would take Old Inquisitor rules. I'd take literally anything.
Excuse me.
Not, you know what I mean? Like, make it that detailed, though, not just like an isometric shooter. You know what I mean? With power-ups.
I think that would honestly
give me a legitimate
well.
AAA fucking ARPG.
So if we're gonna do wild card stuff, I want a Mech Warrior style game skinned with Night Titans.
But that good. Like, as good as Mech Warrior.
Yeah. I mean, so like when you really think about it, Mech Warrior is an incredibly simple
there.
game.
It's
very simple. But just give me the same thing. Like I want a slight story with a career mode where I manage a night house, a la a mercenary company.
Yeah.
I want a free market trade system with weapons. I want tonnage. I want a mech lab where I can customize the loadouts on the hard points of my Night Titans.
This is getting. And I'm liking this.
Yeah. Like literally, I just want Mech Warrior, but with 40K. You know, you can have infantry. Like I think Mech Warrior 3 had infantry with elementals. So you could have like instead of elementals, you could have space marines. You know, tanks. You know, you could have all the airplanes because like in actual Mech Warrior games, there's tanks and VTOLs and turrets and all sorts of stuff. You could have all of your fun 40K toys in there, but you're playing as a knight like Mech Warrior.
See, I like that, but with Titans.
Games Workshop. I know the Games Workshop listens to these podcasts. Telling you, contact Piranha Games. Tell them you want Mech Warrior, but with a 40K skin on it. They have the bones ready to go.
Right now, Engine 4. Today.
They have it ready to go. Just tell them you want that.
And of course, DLC to bring the Titans in. That's an obvious.
Piranha Games is like the name for Mech Warrior. They made Mech Warrior Online. They made Mech Warrior 5. It's like ready to go. Just contact them, license it out. It's a surefire hit. You can jerk off your investors and have them come all over your face. Like it'll be fine.
I'd play that. I'd get behind that. I changed my answer to Wyatt's. That can actually.
Yeah, you're always copying me. It's too much.
It's too much to copy, Rob.
It's too much. Can be only one.
Can be only. Yeah. Speaking of which, I did watch the Matrix movie on Christmas.
What'd you think? Yeah.
My wish list would be they should not. I wish they had not.
I give it like a B+.
Why do you think they did it then?
I don't know.
It's an established brand.
Look, man, we can do a whole podcast on that. I think Haspel is going to do a podcast on it. So we'll just wait for Haspel's podcast. Like, I'm not as smart. I don't know as many things. And I'm anxious to see what his next podcast on that will be. I'm sure that I'll be able to organize my thoughts after listening to him talk about it for an hour.
Huh.
But all I know is I liked it for about 20 minutes. And then I stopped liking it after that. But I watched it.
That's sad.
I don't know. Mike and I talked about it a little bit because we both watched it like as soon as it came out. And I'm a little bit of a weirdo in that like I've always thought that the lore behind The Matrix was always more interesting than what was going on in The Matrix.
Oh, I see.
And like the real world stuff where they had like the mechs fighting the Sentinels and the Siege of Zion and all that was way cooler than anything that Neo was,
doing in VR.
Yeah, like I always thought that was cooler. So I was like, just give me more of that, which they didn't. But it was a serviceable movie. I think that I don't want to give anything away, but like the actor who played the main antagonist did a great job. He was very fun to watch. I enjoyed that. I think the other actors did an okay job. Like Keanu Reeves is fine. I think he's very tired. He needs a break, but he did an okay job. Like it was a B+. Like it was fine. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give it some F or anything. Like I enjoyed it to watch the whole movie. Like, and I feel like if I think about it, and apparently, Mike Haspel's episode did come out, so I'm gonna have to go listen to that tonight. Thank you, Big Poppy, for bringing that up.
I think my favorite thing from the Matrix movie was part of the press junket where I forget her name, the actress who plays Trinity. She was like, well,
Carrie Ann Moss.
Yeah. I knew her name was Carrie. I was going to say Carrie Fisher, which I knew was wrong.
Yeah, that's super wrong.
She was like, well, we all got old except Keanu. And Keanu Reeves was like, well, I tried. And it just didn't happen. I thought that was really funny.
Oh,
I saw that same one. That was
a good one. You should see the posters in Hollywood. They're fucking everywhere and awesome. Yeah. But, yeah, I feel like, outside of that, we have a whole year ahead of us of cool things to talk about. Releases on the horizon. Chaos Codexes, Custodes Codexes, G Solar Go Codexes.
Custodes Codex looks fun, man. If you're all gloom and doom, you can send me all your Custodes models. I'll take them.
Yeah. I mean, not even like the funny way where it's like, just send them to me for free. Like, I'll buy them off you, dog.
Yeah, I will. I will legit buy them.
I will buy them for fair market value.
I hope.
Yeah.
I like the radius on the Telemon. That looks fun. Like
That's cool.
for the rerolls.
That grenade launcher.
The one shot.
Dude, it's so cool. It's like he gets like a little Cognis las cannon on his arm. So fun. Yeah.
Got him.
Great.
The stratagems are all out there.
Also, I was vindicated. I was right. I called it. I said that the reason they worded the katas the way they did is because they're going to have rules that supersede them. And wouldn't you know it, the Captain Commander upgrade does just that.
Yep.
So I was right.
Yeah. Second
Nanny Boo Boo.
Yep.
I feel like we did enough for our first show of the new year. Unless you guys have more wish
we
lists.
can definitely. I'm good. I think we can talk more about.
I was going to do a
Custodes
TED talk
week.
on how Pogs are basically physical NFTs.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should bring back Pogs.
What's a Pog?
I mean, I think I started this whole trend back when I said that prepackaged cellophane singles of toothpicks could be treated as currency in the apocalypse, similar to bottle caps in the Fallout franchise.
Yeah.
And I explained how it would work and why it's a sustainable economy. And I feel like Pogs are an even better answer than that.
Yeah.
Like, we could do a whole podcast on that. We will next week. Pogs next week here on the Long War Podcast. 2022, we're going to be trying new
We weren't able to get it off the ground for LVO, but possibly for Cherokee Open, we might give out some objective markers for the Long War doubles that are in fact collectible Pogs. So look forward to it.
Wouldn't that be cool?
God. Let me know. All right. Well, Rob, you want to take us out of here?
So thanks for listening to our first podcast in the new year. Make sure you head on over to thelongwar.net for exclusive content and early access videos. Become a veteran of the Long War today.